Does this ever happen to you when you're trying to do a fakie or when you're trying to go up a ramp and go back down? All of a sudden, the board just flies out and you feel like you fall forward. And the reason is you forget to switch your weight to your back foot going back. And if that ever happens to you, we're going to correct that in this video and we're going to learn how to do your fakies. So just stay tuned for that. Make sure when you're learning your fakies, always wear a helmet and safety gear so you can stay safe and progress. So when you go up a ramp and back down the ramp, it's called a fakie, doing a fakie. Pretty much you're going backwards, switch it's called. And a lot of times you can just learn this in like parking lots with a slight little hill. You can go up the hill until you stop, and then you can just transition your weight to your back foot and just let your weight go back, and you can start going backwards. And when you do that, you start going backwards, switch, and then you want to put your foot out and kind of slow down and put your foot out so you can stop safely, and you'll be able to do your first fakie. Like I said, you can try it in a parking lot, or you can find yourself a really small flat bank like this. And the biggest thing when you do a fakie is getting your front foot to pivot in the riding stance from pushing. So you got to start far enough back to get your foot pivoted in a wide fakie stance, your head in the middle of the board in between your legs, and then you switch your weight all the way back. You got to trust yourself to switch all your weight back to your back foot and transition backwards. Keeping your shoulders straight with a skateboard and looking back will help you transition your weight from going forward to backward. Doing a fakie in a parking lot helps you learn how to pivot your front foot in a riding stance and then switch your weight to your back foot. But it also helps you learn how to turn your front foot back straight so you can step off when you're going backwards into like a backwards push and stop yourself safely. And another tip is you're gonna like stop at the very top, and you can always just look back to help transition your weight to your back foot. Keep your head in the middle of your board, stay relaxed, slight knee bend, and the biggest thing is to stay calm. So many people when they're doing their fakies, they go up and they're gonna like try to do it, then all of a sudden they forget to pivot their foot and they just lean forward and the board shoots out because they forget to pivot their foot and they just have all their weight on their front foot and they forget to do that. And I see it all the time, and you just gotta learn how to pivot your front foot and learn how to transition your weight backwards and do your fakie and trust yourself with your weight going back. So you wanna start off with like 2 baby pushes and pivot your front foot in the riding stance and just focus on going really slow and get ready to switch all your weight back, especially when you start off the bottom because it's a quick weight transfer. So you have to switch most of your weight to your back foot in a quick, timely fashion. And sometimes it can be a little sketchy because if you're just at the bottom, you can just get your front wheels that go up the ramp, and then it shifts your weight back way faster when just your front wheels hit the bottom of the ramp, and then you go backwards, and then it feels like you're just gonna slam and the board's gonna slide out and you're gonna fall. So this is a great technique to feel out the transition of the ramp, but if the ramp is too steep or the flat bank, it might not work and you might have to go higher up on the ramp or get more speed. And then this can happen, and sometimes you don't get enough speed and you just put too much weight on your front foot, and you just gotta be ready to bail or use your pads to fall. All right, so this flat bank is a tiny bit steeper than that first one I did. It's the perfect next step up to doing my next fakie on a steeper obstacle. I'm gonna get my baby pushes in, pivot that front foot, wide stance, back foot on the board, head in the middle, and just lift up and then push down into it. Transitioning all my weight back and focusing on that back fakie, switch ride, backwards ride out. Awesome. And then I'm just gonna practice a few on this, and then I'm gonna think about the next size up, the next steeper one. So I'm gonna do a throwdown into this one actually. Get a little higher, and just get a smooth switch ride back. Looking back and cruising in my switch stance. And then if you get a little too much speed, this can happen where you just kind of like go all the way to the top and you just keep your weight on your front foot and stay calm, pivot your front foot back into pushing stance and step off the skateboard. And another thing that can happen is if you go a little fast, if your wheels go up and over to the flat part, all you got to do is stay calm and let the front wheels just go to the flat part and then just absorb that and then just switch back to your fakie and just let the wheels go back into the ramp and just lean back into your fakie and right away clean switch. This feeling of getting to the top of the ramp will help you learn how to just go up the ramp and then just absorb that to the flat and then back down the other side of the ramp if there's another flat bank on the way down.
And this is like a good intro for learning how to go up and down ramps. And then when you're going up the ramp, you're lifting your body up the ramp. And then when you're going down the ramp, you're just leaning forward and bringing your body back into the ramp, going down.
All right, so when you learn how to do a fakie, you always want to make sure you know how to bail out of a fakie too. And one way to bail is to jump off your board if you lose your balance as you're doing your fakie. And you want to kind of like step off with your back foot and kind of run down the ramp and change your weight backwards. And you just got to be good at bailing off your skateboard. You want to be able to know how to do like the run off on your skateboard. But we're kind of doing it the opposite way. Sometimes you lose your balance and then you end up going like this too. That's really sketchy because a lot of times people will like keep their weight on their front foot and kind of lose their balance so they can slip back. So you got to be aware of bailing off on your heel edge too. Anyway, you have to bail off. Just be able to control your weight when you're jumping off. As long as you're balanced and transition a little bit of weight to your front foot and then step off with your back foot. But you want to go back with momentum. You don't want to put all your weight to your front foot and lean this way because then the board will shoot out. Like if you just like go up, like that, and the board can hit you too. But yeah, if you go up and use all your weights here, you're gonna fall down. And I was just saying, like the board can go up, you could jump off and and it could come down and get you too. And that was a sketchy way I just went off right there too. So it's always good to learn how to do this bail when you're doing a fakie. As long as you're able to step off on your toe edge and do a backwards run out. And then if you end up doing it on your heel edge, it can be sketchy because you have to kind of like swing your body around, look back where you want to go, where you want to run out of your bail. That'll help too. And you always want to stay loose, confident, and be ready to bail at any moment because bailing's better than falling. But if you take a slam, you got to get up and brush it off the shoulders and do your fakies again and focus on shifting your weight from your front foot to your back foot and just have confidence doing it, and you'll be crushing your fakies all day long. You'll be getting solid fakies where you get your pushes in, pivot that front foot, wide stance, head in the middle. You just keep your weight going back as you get to the top. You can always have weight build up on your back foot so you can transfer your weight back. You'll get your fakies. So when you're doing fakies, after you learn fakies, it's really good to learn how to like roll down ramps and do kick turns. And if you want to check out a video series all about those videos, there'll be like 4 videos down below on how to roll down ramps, do kick turns, and all the fundamentals at a skate park that you need to know as a beginner. So check them down below in the description below. Check them out. If you check out this ramp's sweet because it's almost like a flat bank and it's kind of like a quarter pipe because it's more of like kind of curved here at the end. So it gives you that like feeling of like switching your weight back faster as you do it. Do my little baby pushes, turn my foot, get ready to transition my weight all back, and then I can feel that little loop at the end there because it's almost like a little quarter pipe, and that'll help you get ready for the quarter pipes. Go a little higher and then bend down. So as you learn how to get up these ramps and down, I want you to try to keep your head in the middle, lift your body up, and then bring your body down kind of into the ramp. You'll eventually learn how to pump. After you get comfortable with that really chill flat bank and you do the smallest flat bank, and you do those fakies on the smallest flat bank, then you can move to like more obstacles like this like wedge right here. It's pretty much just like a flat bank and like a triangle shape. And I'm just gonna do a nice fakie right in the middle. Get my pushing right, turn my foot, wide stance, head in the middle, and just feel it out first so I know how to transition my weight back and just do my switch ride back. Another really cool thing about fakies is they get you learning how to ride backwards because on a skateboard, you want to learn everything you can do forward backwards. It's going to help you so much. If I had a coach to tell me that when I was learning fakies, how to skate backwards and get comfortable with it, I'd be so much better at skating switch now or backwards, but I'm not. I'm all right at it. And then you can go higher up and get that lift up and then push down. And then it's another cool thing because eventually this will help learn how to go up and down ramps too. And it's always important to learn how to know how to go down ramps when you do fakies. You want to learn how to go down ramps too. And get up that wide stance. You're just gonna stop, head in the middle, look backward, nice switch ride out. And make sure you guys comment if you have any issues with your fakies. Make sure and I'll try to help you, and also make sure you like the video. Thanks a lot, appreciate it, and subscribe. So this ramp, this flatbank's awesome for fakies because it's nice and long. So you get a good time to ride up it. It's not as quick, so you get more time to go up the ramp and down the ramp, more time on the ramp. I'm gonna get my pushes in, turn my front foot, pivot, wide stance, head in the middle, lift up, and just transition my weight back. And this is really gonna dial that switch riding in. This one's a little bit steeper and a little bit longer. It's gonna help me get ready for the next step. Lift up and then push down, transition back. You can always look back to help you go backwards. And the main thing is to try to get your feet into that wide stance. And you can lift up and then transition your weight all the way back. Look back, ride out switch as long as you can. You wanna try to ride backwards as long as you can. And you can always wait till you like stop riding or slows down to jump off. That'll really dial your switch riding in. So it's almost like this. I'm gonna kind of do it, little one here. And you can always start out this just by doing a little one, just to feel it out. Start going backwards until you stop. And then you can just step off into your pushing stance.
You can also learn how to do the backwards run out. It's a more advanced way to run out backwards.
A lot of times when people do fakies, they go up and they come down their switch stance and they do this weird thing, like called a backwards push stop, I call it. They go like this and they do like a awkward backward push. That's all right if you do that, but you got to change that and try to do this, where you go up and do your fakie
and switch your weight backwards. I'm gonna pivot my right foot, which becomes my front foot, and then I'm gonna transfer weight to that foot and step off with my left foot into like a run, and you just run it out. And this is called the backwards run out or the switch run out. And this is done on flat ground, not on the ramp. And you don't have to learn this right off the bat because it's more of an expert move, and you can learn it down the road after you get good at skating switch and backwards.
Doing the switch run out, and that's gonna help you learn how to change your weight from going regular stance to switch stance so you can run that out safely. So this ramp's awesome because it's like small and steep. So it's like almost like a quarter pipe. You gotta be quick with transitioning your weight. Get that wide stance, lift up, and then quickly transition your weight. You'll feel it grab you backward. So it's important when you get to the steeper stuff to quickly get in your wide stance to give you stability, and then also quickly transition your weight back. Be ready to transition your weight back, because if you don't transition your weight back, you're gonna do one of these famous, whoa, and the board's gonna shoot out, you're gonna fly out. That wasn't the best. My board's gonna hit that thing now, bang. Right on the awesome old tail, it doesn't matter. Bounce off the thing, right back to me, right into my fakie. I'm gonna do it right now. Keep my head in the middle, look all the way back, transition my weight back, cruise back, switch. And then you can learn how to pump too, where you kind of like lift up and you kind of push down and kind of stand up at the end, and it'll kind of hold your speed. Pumping, huge thing. This will get you ready for pumping. All right, this last flat bank's right next to this one, but it's really long, so I'll be able to get higher and learn how to kind of control my speed up and down a bigger, longer ramp. And it's gonna be a little bit steeper. So I'm gonna go speed at first, and just do that. Yeah, so as you get to the steeper stuff and the bigger stuff, you could always start out slow too and just kind of approach it by getting a little fakie lifting up and then getting your fakie going back. But if you don't get enough speed, you might get caught in this like weird transition thing where it's like quickly up and quickly back, and it might throw you off, you might slam. So as you get to bigger stuff, bigger flat banks, it's actually almost better to get a little bit more speed to get on the bank, and then you'll get higher up, you can do your pumps and you switch your weight backward. But yeah, the coolest thing about the bigger ramps is you can get higher up. You learn how to go higher, control your fakie all the way up, and then bring it all the way down and a longer ride back. Basically the same thing, but it's just a bigger ramp. And this is gonna really help you get comfortable with going up and down ramps, doing bigger ramps. Also, if the ramp isn't too steep, you can also learn how to jump off and run down, actually how to bail off of it. And I'm basically stepping off with my back foot and running down the ramp. And as long as you have the control of the board as you're doing your fakie, you're able to jump off and bail. I can just kind of like, even if I had to bail this way, and just run down the ramp, always run out with the momentum, bail. All right, here's a good medium-sized ramp to practice bailing on. Just gotta have a little weight on my front foot, but be ready to transfer all my weight back to a backwards run out on the toe edge. Then if I go to the heel edge, I kind of like almost turn all my weight backwards, like turn backwards. But that's like an advanced way to jump off that way. So you gotta be careful with that way. So sometimes you just gotta, you have to jump off like weird, awkward, but like make sure you have a way out. Use your pads, knee pads, elbow pads, and just try to be ready to run down the ramp. Go with the momentum always loose, ready to bail at any moment. Sick. Yeah, so one of the most important things when you're learning fakies is to learn how to do them backwards. And you can just do them on like 2 Flatbanks that are like far apart like this. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my fakie on this and I'll come back and do a switch fakie on this, a backwards one. And just go up, wide stance, head in the middle of my feet, back nice and slow, and I transition my weight back because I'm going switch now. And now you want to take your weight and transfer it forward, back to your normal stance. Because if you lean back, you're gonna fall. So you gotta make sure you transition now back to your normal riding stance. You learn how to do switch fakies. And that's crucial when you start learning how to pump in skateboarding. So as you get to steeper flat banks, you can find something like this that is like really steep like a flat bank, and it's almost like a quarter pipe. And this is gonna be like one of the best things that you can practice on before you get to a quarter pipe, because it goes like straight up and straight back down. And the transition's almost like a quarter pipe right here. So the main thing when you get to steeper stuff is you have to be quicker with your transition. Get your feet set, head in the middle, same thing, but quickly transition back. And a lot of times people will try like the steeper stuff at first and they'll just go up and they'll just shoot out back because they have their weight on their front foot too much. So the key is when you get to steeper stuff is as you approach it, you want to have weight built up on your back foot already before you go up so you can quickly transition back to your back foot. And if you're already thinking about transitioning that weight to that foot, you'll just do it automatically instead of letting the board fly out. And just have weight build up and you can just transition all your weight back. And a lot of times when people go do these first time, because they're so much more steeper than a normal one, they'll just shoot their board back and fall back and slam. There goes my board. But yeah, you get these steeper fakies down, get that wide stance, lift your body up, get your body into the ramp. That's gonna be crucial too. And this will get you ready for your quarter pipe. Just getting it down on this. And just learn how to lift your body up and get into the ramp as you go back down, transitioning all your weight back. And then you just get used to it as you do it once, and you get your quickly weight transfer. And then you're able to get higher on it. Lift your body up, quickly look back, transition weight back. Soon enough, you'll be ready to hit your quarter pipes. This thing will get you ready for your quarter pipes. Yo, if you guys want to check out some other videos like that are gonna help you with this skill, like when you're learning the skill faking, you gotta learn how to roll down ramps, how to do kick turns, and also pumping. This is gonna be like the next things you learn, or you can learn these while you're learning the fakies. But just click below, there'll be all those videos in the description below for all those videos if you wanna learn how to do those tricks. Check them out. So literally, once you get past all the steep flat banks and you really master that, like switching your weight from going forward to backward, transition your weight backward, and then you can go to the quarter pipe. But I have to warn you, because a lot of people like get to the quarter pipe and they go for it. This is exactly what people do when they go for it. When they first go for a fakie on a quarter pipe, they go up, they lean too far this way, and the board shoots out because they have too much weight on this foot.
20 minutes later.
So that's why I have to warn you, it can get way worse than that too. Basically what you gotta do is have your back foot loaded up and ready to transfer weight back to their back foot, already ready to go as you get closer to the quarter pipe. So basically do your pushing and baby steps, baby pushes to go real slow. Pivot your front foot, wide stance, and transition all your weight back. Look back, quickly transition your weight back, and then you'll get it. And keep your weight on the inside of your front foot, and then back to your back foot. All right, so when you're doing fakies, when you get to quarter pipes, you can picture that you got a line in the middle of your board, and that's where your head is. So you got a line in the middle of your board, and that's where your weight is, right on this line. And you're gonna have weight prepared on your back leg. So when you go up, you can transition your weight back. But at the same time, when you're going down, you're gonna also push on the front truck to keep your board in the ramp. So that'll help you stay in that ramp. But you have weight on your back foot, and then just kind of push on your front truck and then go with your backward momentum. So as you go up, you got weight on your back foot, and you just keep your head in the middle and kind of push on your front truck and keep your forward or your backward momentum going. Because if you lean too far back, you're gonna like manual out of it. So that's why you gotta keep pressure on your front foot so you stay in the ramp. You get a solid fakie, and that'll help you learn how to pump too. Because that's kind of like where you push when you pump. Learn how to get speed. Awesome power tip. So once you get to the quarter pipe, I want you to treat it a lot different than the Flatbank because you have to transition your weight a lot quicker. So you gotta make sure you really practice it and go slow, do your slow pushes, wide stance, head in the middle, and then get higher up and then lean back. As you get higher up, you can lift up and then get into the ramp. Basically, if you start low and in control, you're gonna be able to get it down. And then as you get more comfortable with it, you actually start getting higher and lift your body up and bring your body into the ramp, getting good at that transition. And also you gotta be careful because if you go too high, you get caught on the coping, you gotta learn how to run out and bail out backwards. It's always good to wear your pads because you can always use your pads to help you bail. Give yourself space and time to get that wide stance, and you get good at transitioning your weight from going forward to backward, and you get comfortable on the smallest quarter pipe, going a little bit higher each time you start going, but just don't go too high where you're getting stuck to rock the fakie. Once you get comfortable with that, then you can go to the next size quarter pipe up, because it's actually going to be like almost feel easier because you got more room to get up and you don't have to run out and hit the coping. And you're just basically understanding the weight transfer, and you understand it now how to like lift up and then look back and transition all your weight back. You'll be able to do fakies on pretty much almost anything as it gets steeper. And I'm gonna go a little bit higher this time. Wide stance, head in the middle, lift your body up, bring your body into the ramp, controlled, straight back the way you came. And basically, you wanna have that pivot into that wide stance and that pump up, pump down. Great. And then you're just gonna have awesome fakies, smooth and control, straight up, straight back the way you came. All right, and then there's bailing on a quarter pipe. You're bailing on a quarter pipe, you gotta be really careful because you're like on this crazy like half a pipe, quarter of a pipe, and the transition's a lot steeper, so you have to be able to bail out. Similar to how we did it on the Flatbank. You can kind of just jump off your board and run backward, but you gotta make sure you don't have too much weight on your front foot. Because you have too much on your weight on your front foot, it's gonna shoot out backwards. You're gonna lose your board, you're gonna slam. There goes my board. Here I go. You always wanna be ready to do like a run out. Down the ramp. Forward, try to look where you're going. You know, some people end up like this, where they're like, whoa, they have all their weight to their front foot, and they go to like a backwards push.
This is also because your shoulders are perpendicular with the skateboard. When you're doing fakies, you want to keep your shoulders straight with the skateboard so you can go up and then back down the way you came.
And that's gonna get sketchy. So you always have to have a way to try to bail out. And you can always use like knee pads too and do knee slides. But you wanna get your fakies down solid. You wanna learn how to bail out of them too.
Looking for some good elbow pads and knee pads and wrist guards? Click the link in the lower part of the screen for some awesome 187 killer pads.
If you end up bailing out your heel edge, that's gonna be crazy because it's almost like an advanced skill you gotta learn. That's why you gotta practice on Flatbanks first. Practice on the chill transition, the nice, not steep transition, then practice on medium transition, then practice on steep transition. and you'll be getting it all day. Then you'll be getting crushing fakies. Another thing is, if you do your fakie too high, you'll hit the coping, and you'll end up, you know what I mean? Like, that's why another good skill is learn how to do rock the fakies too, because then you'll be able to like click it and then rock the fakie back in. But at first you gotta be ready to bail if you go too far up and hit that coping. So be ready for that too. That's why you want to try to stay below the coping, start off small and then work your way up taller. All right, now that you've mastered your fakies, you gotta learn how to master your switch fakies, your backwards fakies, and then you're gonna learn how to pump. If you want to learn how to do pumping and switch fakies like this and control your speed, click up here in this video and I'll teach you how to do this. This is an awesome beginner skill that you need to know how to do. You just like doing the Tony Hawk pump. Check it out. Check out that video. All right, peace out. Kick turn pumps out too. Later, guys.